The Dodgers are on the verge of something huge. Guess what? It's happening tonight. We're talking tonight. The Dodgers have made some moves that are going to be some big time moves. You're going to love what you're going to hear. Hey, thought we'd have to wait until All-Star break to see what we're going to see tonight. And I feel like the news on this, there was news about Sasaki possibly just not counting on the rest of the year. And then all of a sudden, the Dodgers released a headline to shock all headlines. And there it is right there. Ohtani set to make Dodgers pitching debut tonight. The two-way star who last pitched in 2023 to open the game versus the Padres. And you got to think, the Padres at this point are probably just tripping. Everyone was thinking, look, the Dodgers aren't going to do anything with Ohtani, and they're not going to do anything until All-Star break. I talked about it that he's already was throwing 3 innings. He had threw 44 pitches. The Dodgers just needed him to get to 5 innings, and they were happy with him being a starter. Well, he did get to 5 innings, but look, he showed command, he showed velocity, he showed everything that you need to see as a coach or manager to what you need to see for him to be able to do what he does. So they all agreed that what he's done is enough to prove that he needs to start the game. So tonight, for the first time ever, Dodger history, Shohei Ohtani will take the mound against the Padres. It is something to behold on what is going on that. Here's who he's going against. Look at that. That's just nice to see, isn't it? That's just, to me, that just is a feel-good story. So Cease is on the mound for the Pods. We've got 4 games against Padres. Ohtani will take the mound for the Dodgers in his first ever start as a pitcher, as a Dodger pitcher. So this is big news, man. Mike Nelson covered it yesterday in his story, but couldn't believe it myself until I saw it with my own eyes, man. And I kind of feel like this was almost, because remember like 2 days ago, the story about Sasaki came out that Dave Roberts said, look, we probably have to look at not having Sasaki for the rest of the entire season, including postseason. So it's not official like a referee's whistle yet on that, but that's what he was talking about. And no sooner did he make that announcement did they make this announcement that Ohtani is going to be the starting pitcher. Hey, subscribe, like, share. Hey, we're almost at the 8,000 mark. Tell you what, we're a small little Dodger Digest. We're a small crew, Mike Nelson and myself, but we're worthy of for you to subscribe, like, and turn on notifications. So if you're having trouble committing, stop. 60% of you have not committed. Get on the board. Let's make it happen, right? Because here we go. We got Ohtani on the mound. And what was said about how this all came to fruition, right? Dodgers said all along that once Ohtani became facing hitters, they would have a better idea of his timeline. And I reported that. I got receipts on that. Once he began throwing live sessions, the team realized that the effort he was expending as he built up was getting close to game level intensity. And look, I mean, you're putting Knack out there, you're putting Robleski out there. Those guys are getting shelled. Why wouldn't you, when you see a guy like Ohtani doing the correct thing and pitching well and showing he's got everything, he's checking all the boxes. So why the heck would you not do that? Why the heck would you not? And I've seen the messages. A lot of you guys have messaged me on it. You said, don't rush him, be careful with him. Look, nobody's rushing the dude. He's proven to himself and to the coaches and the manager that he can do this, that he can make it happen, he can pitch. I mean, all you have to do is watch what he's doing. He's facing live hitters. And some people say, well, those aren't, top-notch players. But it's like, look who you're sending. When you're sending Knack and Robleski out there, Matt Sauer and those guys, you're sending them out there, and those guys get shelled, why not? If you got a guy like Ohtani, why wouldn't you put him in the mix? Why wouldn't you get him into the action? So you can say what you want, but the Dodgers are throwing a monkey wrench into the Padres' plans. And the Dodgers know that this series is very important because the Dodgers took 2 or 3 from the Pods, and now you got 4, right, coming up. So the Padres would love to have the edge, but if it came down to a tiebreaker, forget that crap. Right? That's a bunch of malarkey, as my grandfather would say. Here's the deal. The Dodgers aren't going to have to depend on that. They're going to win the division. We got the perfect storm coming when Snell and Glasnow come back too as well. So, Sasaki, we lose him for the rest of the year, most likely. Ohtani comes into the mix. And sure, will he have a short leash? Of course he'll have a short leash. Dodgers don't want to mess with their star player. But then again, if he's doing what he's doing, and he wants to pitch, and he's showing that he can pitch, and he's showing he can be effective, let Showtime do his thing, man. That's what I'm saying. Let Showtime do his thing. All right. So here's speaking through his interpreter, Will Arjun, on Saturday night, not long after hitting his 250th career home run. Ohtani said, intensity was there, and his stuff felt game ready. You know yourself better than anybody else, right? You know yourself better than anybody else. So for him to say, game ready, that makes me feel good. And that was in his previous live sessions. While returning to his two-way duties, it takes a lot more toll on the body. It's something that's new to him, and the Dodgers will have to manage it. And there'll be somebody that say the Dodgers pitchers get so injured all the time that it's not cool that they're putting Ohtani in there. He's going to get injured. Don't say that, right? I mean, I do feel like just being the two-way player I used to be is the norm, he said. Last year was abnormal for me. Abnormal year for me. It's about getting back to what I used to do. So he's used to doing this. Sure, the Dodgers will have to manage it. That is very important. But he is used to doing this. Here's the pitching stats for Shohei. What has he done over the years? Just take a look at the numbers. Numbers don't lie. He's pitched in 86 different games. 38 and 19 win-loss record. That's pretty darn good. And look at that ERA, close to the high twos, a 3.01 career. And then look at the strikeouts compared to the innings pitched. 481.2 innings pitched, 608 strikeouts. Are you kidding me? 1.08 whip on that. And Shohei is ready to go. Definitely. Don't see how he's not. And this couldn't be a better time because how about them standings right now? So the Dodgers go into this game with Ohtani, and they're up 2 games on San Francisco. They're up 3 games on the Pods. So all the Dodgers got to do, take care of business, win the series. That's what I've been talking about. You always hear me talk about winning the series, and that's what you need to do. The Dodgers won the series against San Francisco. They won the series against San Diego. Now it's time to win the series against San Diego again. Take 3 out of 4. You got 4 games against the Show Pods, and you need to take them down. And what a better way to put a thorn in their side is to put Ohtani on the mound, which you're not even ready for. Nobody's ready for this. No team that's facing the Dodgers was ready for this to happen. They didn't think it was probably even going to happen, right? So, and then look at the rest of the schedule for them. So they take Ohtani, put him on the mound tonight. But who's pitching Tuesday and who's pitching Wednesday? Both of those days are undecided at this point for the Dodgers. But who's pitching on Thursday? Well, that's going to be Yamamoto. Maybe they can give him some run support this time. Here we go. Strap on because it is about ready to go down big time for the Dodgers. Ohtani taking the mound. We're on the verge of something huge. It's all taking place tonight. You got to think the league is scared. And now they're going to be scrambling to start watching video of Ohtani so they know what to do when they have to face it because he's been off for a whole year and he was in the American League before that. Now he's in the National League. This is a secret weapon, people, and this is what's being unleashed. Now, he's not going to be a regular starter. You're not going to see him go 6 innings. There's no way of that. I feel like the Dodgers are going to want him to go 3 or 4 innings and to feel comfortable, like the output, and they're going to go from there. But it is official. Ohtani takes the mound for the first time as a Los Angeles Dodger, and that is happening tonight against the Pajes. Right? Hey, that's going to do it for Dodger Digest. Brad J with you. Subscribe, like, turn on notifications. When you're going through your awesome day, just think Dodger Blue, and let's go Dodgers.